Life often begins with a promise we quietly believe as children. The promise that happiness will come naturally. That if we grow up, study, work, and follow the rules, life will eventually become comfortable and smooth. But as the years pass, many people discover something unexpected. Life is not always easy. Relationships are complicated. Responsibilities feel heavy. Pain shows up without warning. And the path forward rarely looks as simple as we once imagined. Most people spend years trying to escape discomfort. They avoid difficult conversations. They postpone hard decisions. They run from emotional pain. They look for shortcuts around responsibility. But what if the struggle itself is not the enemy? What if the very discomfort we resist is actually the doorway to growth? Today's story is about discipline. About responsibility. About love that requires effort. And about the courage to choose a harder path when the easier one leads nowhere meaningful. Hey everyone, welcome back to Inspired Pages. On this channel, we explore books that help us understand life, the mind, human behavior, and the deeper forces shaping our everyday experiences. In our previous videos, we've explored books about awareness, healing, perspective, ego, and emotional freedom. Today, we are stepping into a book that speaks directly to one of the hardest truths about life: growth requires effort, and peace requires discipline. Today's book is The Road Less Traveled by M. Scott Peck. This book begins with one of the most famous opening lines in personal development literature: "Life is difficult." At first, that statement may feel uncomfortable. Many people want encouragement, motivation, reassurance. But Peck begins with honesty instead. Not to discourage us, but to prepare us. Because when you accept that life is difficult, something powerful happens. You stop being shocked by struggle. You stop feeling cheated by discomfort. You stop expecting life to always feel easy. And once you accept difficulty as part of life, you become stronger. Peck explains that most human suffering does not come only from life itself. It comes from avoiding reality. From denying responsibility. From refusing to face problems directly. Problems are not optional. They are part of living. But growth happens when we face them instead of escaping them. This leads to one of the central teachings of the book: discipline is the foundation of growth. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many people hear the word and imagine punishment, restriction, or control. But Peck defines discipline differently. He describes discipline as the set of tools that help us face pain constructively instead of avoiding it. He identifies 4 essential tools of discipline. Delaying gratification. Accepting responsibility. Dedication to truth. And balancing life. Let's begin with the first: delaying gratification. In simple terms, this means choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. It means resisting the temptation to avoid discomfort when facing it leads to a better future. Many people struggle because they constantly choose what feels good now instead of what builds strength later. Think about how often this happens in daily life. Avoiding study because it feels difficult. Ignoring health because discipline feels uncomfortable. Escaping emotional conversations because confrontation feels painful. Choosing entertainment over responsibility. These choices feel harmless in the moment. But over time, they create consequences. Delaying gratification is not about suffering unnecessarily. It is about choosing effort today so life becomes easier tomorrow. This principle appears everywhere in successful lives. People who achieve meaningful goals often endure discomfort early so they can enjoy peace later. People who avoid discomfort early often suffer consequences later. Peck explains that maturity begins when we accept this truth. The second tool of discipline is accepting responsibility. This is one of the hardest lessons in life. Because it is always easier to blame others. To blame parents. To blame society. To blame circumstances. To blame bad luck. Sometimes these factors truly matter. But growth begins the moment we stop waiting for someone else to fix our life. Responsibility is empowering because it gives control back to you. If everything is someone else's fault, then your future remains dependent on others. But when you accept responsibility, you gain the ability to change direction. You gain the power to improve. You stop being a passive observer and become an active participant in your own life. Peck reminds us that responsibility does not mean guilt. It means ownership. Ownership of your decisions. Ownership of your reactions. Ownership of your growth. The third tool of discipline is dedication to truth. Truth is not always comfortable. Sometimes it reveals mistakes we do not want to admit. Sometimes it exposes weaknesses we prefer to hide. Sometimes it forces us to change beliefs we once defended. But truth is necessary for growth. Peck describes truth as the map that guides us through life. If the map is inaccurate, we become lost. If we distort reality to protect our ego, we create confusion. Many people avoid truth because it threatens their comfort. But avoiding truth creates deeper problems over time. Honesty with oneself is one of the most powerful forms of discipline. It requires courage to admit when you are wrong. It requires humility to change direction. It requires strength to face reality without denial. But once you begin living with truth, life becomes clearer. The fourth tool is balancing life. Balance means knowing when to push forward and when to rest. When to speak and when to listen. When to hold on and when to let go. Many people struggle because they live at extremes. Too rigid or too careless. Too controlling or too passive. Too focused on one area while neglecting others. Balance creates stability. It allows growth without burnout. Effort without collapse. Discipline without cruelty toward oneself. After exploring discipline, Peck moves into another powerful topic, love. Many people believe love is a feeling. Something that appears naturally and disappears naturally. But Peck offers a different definition. He says love is not primarily a feeling. Love is an action. A decision. A commitment to growth, both your own and another person's. This is a radical shift. Because if love is only a feeling, it becomes unreliable. Feelings change. They rise and fall. But if love is an action, it becomes something you can practice even when emotions fluctuate. Peck defines love as the willingness to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing growth. That means real love requires effort. It requires listening when it would be easier to ignore. It requires patience when frustration appears. It requires honesty even when truth feels uncomfortable. Many relationships fail not because love disappears, but because discipline disappears. People stop communicating honestly. They avoid difficult conversations. They neglect emotional responsibility. They expect love to survive without effort. But love, like growth, requires work. Peck also explains that true love respects boundaries. It does not control. It does not manipulate. It does not suffocate independence. Healthy love supports growth, not dependency. This understanding changes how we see relationships. Instead of asking, "How does this person make me feel?" we begin asking, "How does this relationship help both of us grow?" That is a deeper question. Another important theme in the book is spiritual growth. Peck explores the idea that life is not only physical or emotional, but also spiritual. He does not speak about spirituality in a rigid religious sense, but in a broader sense, the search for meaning, purpose, and connection beyond selfish desires. Spiritual growth requires humility. It requires recognizing that we do not have all the answers. It requires curiosity about life's deeper questions. Why am I here? What truly matters? What kind of person do I want to become? These questions guide meaningful living. Peck also discusses the concept of grace, the mysterious force that supports growth in ways we do not always understand. Sometimes life presents unexpected opportunities, lessons, or guidance at exactly the right moment. He suggests that growth is not only effort-driven but also supported by unseen patterns of learning and timing. This idea brings hope. It reminds us that growth is not a lonely process. Life itself participates in our transformation. One of the most powerful lessons in the road less traveled is the idea that avoiding pain makes life harder, while facing pain makes life easier. This sounds backward at first. But it becomes clearer when you think about it. Avoiding problems allows them to grow. Ignoring responsibilities creates consequences. Escaping emotional truth leads to confusion. Facing problems early prevents them from becoming overwhelming later. This is why Peck describes growth as walking a difficult path, a road less traveled. Many people choose comfort. They choose distraction. They choose avoidance. But the people who grow the most are often those who face discomfort directly. They take responsibility. They speak truth. They practice discipline. They choose effort over ease. And slowly, their lives become stronger. Another powerful teaching in the book is about patience. Growth does not happen instantly. Discipline does not appear overnight. Emotional maturity takes time. Many people give up too soon because progress feels slow. They expect immediate results from effort. But Peck reminds us that growth is a long journey. You do not become wise in a week. You do not become disciplined in a day. You do not build strong relationships instantly. Meaningful growth happens gradually. Step by step. Choice by choice. Day by day. That patience builds resilience. Peck also explores the idea of fear. Fear often stands between us and growth. Fear of failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of judgment. Fear of change. These fears encourage avoidance. They make us stay where we feel safe, even when safety limits our potential. But courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means moving forward despite fear. That is what walking the road less traveled requires: courage to choose growth over comfort. Another powerful insight from the book is that problems are opportunities. Most people see problems as interruptions, something to eliminate quickly. But Peck suggests that problems are the process through which life teaches us strength. Every problem contains a lesson. Every challenge develops resilience. Without problems, growth would be impossible. Imagine a life without obstacles, without difficulty, without tension, without responsibility. It might feel comfortable at first, but eventually it would feel empty. Growth requires resistance. Just like muscles grow through resistance, character grows through difficulty. That is the deeper wisdom of the book. Toward the end, the message becomes clear: the road less traveled is not popular because it demands effort. It requires honesty, patience, courage, responsibility, and discipline. But it also leads to something valuable: maturity, strength, peace, and meaning. Most people search for happiness by avoiding discomfort. But Peck suggests a different path. Happiness emerges when you face life honestly, take responsibility for your growth, and build strength through discipline. This message remains powerful because it is realistic. It does not promise easy solutions. It does not promise instant transformation. Instead, it offers something more valuable: a reliable path to growth. A path that begins with accepting difficulty. A path that continues through responsibility. A path that leads to wisdom through discipline. And perhaps that is the true meaning of the road less traveled. It is not a physical road. It is a mindset. A daily decision to choose growth over comfort, truth over illusion, responsibility over avoidance. If this message resonated with you, if it made you reflect on the challenges you've been avoiding or the growth waiting on the other side of discomfort, then subscribe to Inspired Pages. On this channel, we explore books that help us think deeply, act wisely, and grow into stronger versions of ourselves. Share this video with someone who feels stuck, someone facing difficult decisions, or someone trying to grow through life's challenges. Because sometimes the path to peace is not the easiest one. Sometimes it is the one that requires courage to walk forward, even when the road feels difficult. This is Inspired Pages. Stay disciplined, stay patient, and keep growing.